So I have been receiving the question of where I'm based now or if I will go back to China. What are my thoughts on that? At this very moment, I'm in Mexico and I was in China during spring 2024, April and May. It was a very nice trip and I was very happy to finally arrive to China after 4 years of not getting to go to China since 2019. The 22nd of December, that day in which I came back here to spend Christmas and couldn't go back afterwards and didn't go back afterwards even if I could go back until this very spring. So the question is, yes, I would like to go back to China and I was planning to go at this, like around this time, October. But things happened and hopefully I will be going to China maybe next month or in the few months to come. But the answer is as well, I don't think I will be staying in China like a permanent stay as I was before. Previously I was studying there, so I will be studying for 5 years and the rest will be just trading, working, enjoying life in Shenzhen, the young city of Shenzhen. And I did a video on a live stream, by the way, on which were the differences I noticed now that I went back previous to when I was living there 10 years ago or so. And this time, actually, it was like a trial for me to go back and check up on everything. How was the neighborhood, how it felt to be back in China. But there was a thing, so previous to arriving, to landing to the airport of Shenzhen, I had visited Australia, which is going to be coming on another video. And maybe I was a little bit biased by the cleanness and the greenery and the blue skies there. So when I came into Shenzhen, I was like, wow, it feels more crowded and a little bit more dirty. Of course it must be because the population increasement, or there's more people in the city living now than there was 5-7 years ago. So this makes it crowded, polluted, noisy, stressful, like any big city around the world. Whenever there's a lot of a big concentration of people, it gets to be stressful with time. Shenzhen was not like that when I first arrived, when I was a student in Shenzhen Uni, which is about 15 years ago or so. Of course, it was very different, but things are like that now. And my personal feeling was like when I landed there, the airport and everything felt like home. But at the same time, I was a little bit overwhelmed to see all that crowd, which wasn't present, it was not that crowded when I left 2019. So this make it somehow uncomfortable. I was mentioning in my live stream, for example, for the traffic, for the pedestrians, walking ways, it'll be crowded with motorbikes and motorbikes delivery coming and going. And nowadays something great is that they have electric cars, so the bees are so quiet. I'm not sure whether these bees are healthy or not. You let me know in the comment section if you are more aware in this regard than me. Here in Mexico, the Chinese electric vehicles are really hot, and especially BYD, Build Your Dreams. It's a great brand just for the name of Build Your Dreams. Sounds very inspiring, so I believe it was a great choice of a name. But I do remember that back in Shenzhen, all taxis like the blue vans were BYD. Apart from that, I'm not very aware of the rest of the brands. Here we have JAC, MG, Geely, we have Chery, we have Omoda, we have There was one brand that I really like it. I want this car. It's a luxurious car which is called CEEKR, like CEEKR. I'm not sure if I have seen this car before in China, but I've seen it here in a very luxurious and prestigious shopping mall in Guadalajara, which is called Andares. And they had it on display there for, customers to take a look at it, a feel of how luxury can get to be on a BE. And it was a very beautiful unit compared to others like BYD or so and so, which are more like they do not feel as exclusive as this one brand. If you are aware of the brand that I'm talking about, please also share which are your thoughts regarding this brand or any other brands, the ones mentioned, or any brand that you are familiar with, especially BYD. However, BYD here is like going through the roof. Every day I see new BYDs on the roads here in Mexico. And when I was in China, just April, May, I saw that it was very silent. Yes, there was more crowd, but it was more silent regarding the traffic issue. It was still noisy, but the electric vehicles makes it somehow quiet, a quiet city. So this is one thing. Another thing was I just felt, how to say, the maybe lack of foreign community. It wasn't as developed as previous years, so I wouldn't feel that comfortable if I was living there for a long time, especially as a woman. I would be living there and feeling a little bit excluded from any, from the Chinese. The Chinese are living their lives, but us, the foreigners, we have a different kind of atmosphere, and I saw a lot of foreigners just not there anymore as before. So in this regard, I was feeling not as comfortable as before because many of my acquaintances were not there anymore, as well as foreign restaurants, foreign ambience, foreign businesses. And it's not that I cannot live without any foreign things, but in general, especially regarding the eating things or food, restaurants, offerings, it can be somehow a little bit hard just to stay living on a Chinese everything society. Sometimes you need that breath of fresh air to go and hang out foreign areas, etc. So it can be easily done since we're in Shenzhen and we can just travel to Hong Kong and you can get to enjoy all the Hong Kong foreign delicacies, as well as foreign restaurants, foreign shopping, foreign people, foreign language. Anyways, I just felt a little bit of a step backwards in regards to living there now. So I was not so willing to stay. I stayed for 1 month to try out, but I was not feeling very energized to continue being there for any longer. Maybe I would like to be there for 1 or 2 months or 3 months at a time and just give a break to myself to come back or go elsewhere for a few months, 1 or 2 months, and then come back for 1 or 2 months. So I do have a pet now, which is a Chihuahua, a dog, and that is another issue. I was giving this dog 2020, so just now he's 4 years older, and I wouldn't like to leave her and abandon her and just go and follow my plan to live in China. I know that I can take her there, but still I don't feel like it would be convenient for her to travel all this long, especially going in a small case down in the luggage section, like being a baggage kind of check-in. And yeah, she would have to pass through the quarantine and timing, which is gonna be maybe more than a month or so. So this is why I am not so willing to leave for now. No, it's not a boyfriend or a someone. It's yeah, it's a, I don't know how to call it. Maybe it's not a someone. It's not a something. It's a being, a small being, which I fell in love with, my little one. So these are some. This has been some recent updates regarding my life. I have been here, and yes, I don't want to be here full time. I also want to travel there, but I don't want to be there full time either. So I would like to spend some time here and there and elsewhere too. So I am building now, trying to build here a community, this channel, to also get to know more about foreign opportunities and chances. But yeah, that is what it is. I know that at this very moment there are a lot of people going back to China for the Canton Fair, visiting suppliers, etc. And hopefully I will be there too soon. So yeah, this is the answer. Yes, I will be going back, but as far as now, my plan is not to be staying for long term, just like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month period of time. And you know, I really, really, really enjoy Hong Kong, so perhaps it'll be a nice mix if I will get to stay in Shenzhen maybe for 1 month and stay in Hong Kong for 1 or 2 months. That will be very great and nice. So if you are watching my channel now and you are from Hong Kong, say hi in the comments. What do you do for a living? It would be very nice to be somehow broadcasting more and more programs and also collaborate in Hong Kong, do more videos in Hong Kong. I really like the atmosphere and the like mixture of foreigners there, as well as there's more of a food choice for us foreigners. What else? If you're a Chinese, don't blame on me that I'm complaining about your food. It's not that. I just happen to be vegan, and yeah, there are vegan restaurants in Shenzhen and all over China, but sometimes I really feel the need of a fresh green juice, fresh salad, something just more Western, not like a hamburger. I don't eat such things, but I mean, like in China, they have delicious vegan dishes, usually like cooked. And sometimes I was like, I need a break. I want my green smoothie, my bowl of veggies with a big salad. And when I went out of Shenzhen and I was in Hong Kong, I went to the, what is that called? The very elegant mall. I forgot the name of it. Where is Apple? Everybody knows this mall. However, I was there and I was in the, I believe it's marketplace, or there's a supermarket there where they sell like salads and juices, and I was like, wow, this tastes like heaven after being in China for a whole month. Although now they have the juice culture and everything, but somehow as a foreigner I wanted a breath of fresh air outside of China. And this is very weird because I became a vegan in China and I wouldn't complain at all until now that I went back and I saw it. It was not that easy to handle. How did I did that for all those years? Like seriously, I'm a pro. Okay guys, so hopefully you got something out of this video. This is just my experience on going back to China, and I saw also a few friends that also were sharing with me their own like insights regarding being in China after not being in China for a long time, and they were not also willing to stay there for a long time because they felt the community that we got to know back then was lost or gone. And I believe new communities will be emerging because people is going back, or new people is coming, or new students are graduating and staying there to work. But I guess also it has to do with life stages. At this very moment, I'm in a life phase where, yes, I could be in China, but I wouldn't like to stay there by myself in an apartment enclosed. And although it was fun and it can be fun, I don't want to be by myself there, to be honest. I don't know why. Before, I was living there for like alone for like 10 years time in dormitory, but I had my own room, and afterwards I had my own apartment. But this time that I went back, I was staying in a like if I'm eating means like one room and one living room, or duplex. But somehow I felt a little bit lonely whenever I came back from the outside world. I mean, from outside, from the street. It's like, okay, so if I stay there, here it's gonna be like my home. And somehow it didn't feel like any kind of home. And I will also be missing my Rosie, my little Chihuahua. So, yeah, also another thing is like when I was there, I had a lot of proposals from gentlemen regarding being with them. I don't know if it was on a serious basis, or maybe not so serious, or boyfriend, maybe proposals of marriage, but I didn't take any. So I guess I was young and beautiful. And now, what am I? I'm joking. I think I'm still good looking. As I was saying, I did a lot of judgment on myself to the point of not doing videos because I was feeling I was not looking good. But now I see like, wow, why did you spend 3 years not doing videos? Now you're still looking good. You go on the videos. So the thing is like, perhaps if I will be with someone, it will be different to be living there, because I will have more of a belonging to someone belonging to me, having a home, cozy environment, and not just a cold apartment to come back and sleep. I could do that if my dog was there, but I don't have the plan of taking her there. So this is my dilemma. Like, maybe just forget about going back and being there as a permanent resident as before. Just maybe go back, stay 2-3 months, or 1 to 3 months, maybe 1 month in Shenzhen, 1 month in Hong Kong, and then come back to Mexico for a few months, 2 or 3 months, and go back. So that would be my ideal plan. And yeah, Shenzhen, it's my favorite city, no matter what. Still, by the way, I have to tell you next video that I would love to live in Australia, in the Gold Coast, where my sisters are, because I really like that place. But that is for another video. So you can let me your questions in the comments regarding Australia or Shenzhen. Anything you want for me to answer in other videos. But this is how I felt. Like a little bit cold, lonely. And I do believe a lot of foreigners feel like that, and therefore they just marry someone in China. Men have it easy, they marry Chinese girl. And women, usually almost everyone around, like my generation, the ones that we were studying, the ones that were the girls that were studying with me, they were gone to their countries, back to, somewhere familiar, to find someone familiar, because women do not have it that easy in China. And men also will have this feeling after living and staying in China for a long time. But each one of us have our own reasons. I could do it again, I guess, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I think 1 month in Shenzhen, 1 month in Hong Kong will be a good plan. Hong Kong has like my vibe, so I believe maybe if I go to Hong Kong, I can find somewhere more cosmopolitan, with more cosmopolitan mindset and vision. So far, I haven't found any Chinese match for me. So yeah,